Sample in a Jar. Let's talk about Sample in a Jar. This is a very important song. This was the song that made me decide to open up really the YouTube channel, Sample in a Jar. I was looking up how people were thinking about soloing over this on Reddit, and there was a thread about Sample in a Jar, and I was reading through the comments, and we all kind of, everybody had a general idea, and I was like, well, let me put my 2 cents in. And I put my 2 cents in, and I said, hey, I have a book coming, and that book turned into a YouTube channel. So here it is. All right, Sample in a Jar. Let's talk about Sample in a Jar, the jam section. Now, first and foremost, let this be a lesson on understanding how to improvise a solo versus composing a solo for an album. If you listen to the album version of Sample in a Jar by Fish, the guitar solo is so direct and so precise and so perfect and well thought of. And I'm going to say verse, and it's not the opposite, but live in concert, it's very free, it's very open. He doesn't really repeat a lot of the lines, but the essence of the song. So we're going to talk about how to improvise over this with that Trey mentality, okay? And then once you learn that, go back and listen to the album version, listen to how great it was for him to sit and like compose it line by line, and how perfect that solo really is on the album. Okay, so let's go to the meat and potatoes. So, Sample in a Jar. Here we go. There's so many questions as in what key it's in. It transfers 2 keys. It goes from the key of D to the key of C, back and forth. It uses the 1, 4, and 5 in D, D, G, A. It uses the 1, 4, and 5 in G, G, C, D, and it uses the 6 in the key of G, which is E minor. And you're probably like, what the hell is that guy talking about? But it's important to understand, a lot of people think about the key of things, but we don't need to think of the key of the song, because the soloing is not about the key in the song. This soloing is about playing with the changes and following those chords. That's what this really comes down to. There is no certain key structure. There is a movement, so we got to follow movement. So let's talk about the chords themselves. We have the good old-fashioned chord progression that everybody uses, Lenny Kravitz, Fish, everything. So really quickly, the first half of the song is A. My volume was kind of on there. Okay, good. A to C, G, D. All right, the first part. A, C, G, D. And now we have A, E major, E minor, and then D. So the whole chord progression, you're going to want to write this down. Again, I will have a sheet available to download in the description that's going to go over all of this, because this is massive. Okay, so you have A, C, G, D, and A, E, E minor, and D, and over again. So that's a jam, and this jam is nothing less than spectacular when you get a really good one. Okay, so really, don't think of keys. Think of where are we right now. Think of the jazz musician who is not talking about keys. We're talking about chords. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is discover, first chord is A. So the equation is, well, if you have an A major chord, well, what are we going to use? Folks, you've seen this before, A major scale. Okay, so let's pick an A major scale. I am fancied by the one here on the 12th fret. Okay, so you have 12, 9, 10, 12, 9, sorry, 12 on the A string, I apologize. 12 on the A string, then on the D string 9, and then 11, 12, my apologies, then 9, 11, then 9, 10, 12, 9, 10, 12. I like to go as low as the root here. So you have, alright, so there's that. There's your A major scale. And when we play the A chord, you're going to start on an A. Supposedly. So we have 4 bars, or 2 beats actually. 1, 2. And that's what makes a solo so awesome, because you have to think really fast. You have 2 beats. And then we're on to the next chord. Alright, so you can use that scale. I will tell you, the trickery to Trey Anastasio, it's not really trickery, it's just awesome sauce, is that he's using the chord tones of this this scale. He's using the A major notes of the chords. So where are they? Well, they're 12th fret here. On the A string, they are the 11th fret. Of the D string, they are the 9th fret. Of the G string, they are the 10th fret. That's the root note there of the B string, and the 9th fret of the high E string. So you have this, kind of sounds like You Enjoy Myself, right? Okay, because that's his fancy. He likes to use those chord tones like many musicians. So when you're playing, you don't want to use just those. You don't want to be like, you can, but you want to color them up with a scale. Okay, use the scale a little bit in between those. All right, so then we got the C chord. Bow, So the C scale. All right, so we're here. We're right about here for the A. And for the C, we're going to use, and again, this will be in the chart, follow me, we're going to use the C major scale on the 8th fret, a regular C major scale, right here. So you have, let's see, 8, 10, 7, 8, 10, 7, 9, 10, 7, 9, 10, 8, 10, 7, 8. All right, and any one, now the chord tones are going to be those notes. They're right there, so you want to use those a lot in your scale. So we have sample and jar, A major to C major. So A major scale, C major scale. That was it. That was A to C. It's how quick it is. Oh, I have a backing track. Let me load it up. It's really quick. I mean, I'm going to hit play and come right in. Actually, I'm going to be smart about this. Let me get this to the end of the loop, right? Okay. And here, A, C. There it is. Right there. That's how quick it is. Okay, so you got to think on your toes. All right, so A to C, and then we do a G chord. All right, so now the G chord, best part about this for the G is that same A shape that we had here. A scale, down 2 frets. Okay, down 2, same thing. That's your G. So 10, 7, 9, 10, 7, 9. My God, 7, 8, 10, 7, 8, 10. All right, so we have, there's your A major. To C, to G major, same chord tones. So here's A, C, G, oh, then to a D. And the D major scale, if you watch my relative majors and relative minors, or my Little Wing thing, or any other video I've made, we have a D major scale right here. There's your pinky, all right? So there's your pinky, that's a D, and it looks like a form 1 pentatonic, so this is the minor root note, but this is the major root note, so this is a B minor, same thing as the D major. And we end on a D, and we can use pentatonic, but really we want to use the diatonic. Okay, and I think I messed it up. But it's going to be, let's see, starting from the 7th fret. 7, 9, 10, 7, 9, 10, 7, 9. Oh yeah, I did mess up. Then the 6, 7, 9. Then 7, 8, 10. I think I'm getting it right. 7, 9, 10. Rewind that, make sure I did that right. Alright, so the 4 scales so far. A major to C major to G major to D major, and you're gonna start here. And the chord tones, well, it's hard to find the chord tones of this guy. So you have the D here, and again, this will be on the chart. D, we have this note here is chord tone, this is a 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 chord tone, and this. Again, all these patterns are used in You and Draw Myself. Anyway, I know I'm going fast, but we gotta go fast. There's so much to do. So you have A, C, G, D. I screwed that up. Here it is. The first 4 parts. It goes by so fast. 2 beats per measure. And again, I'm going to do the trick I did last time. I'm going to end it, and here we go. Let's see. A, C, G, D. That's how quick it is. I mean, really, and it's even faster in concert. And so we're going to use those scales to tie some melody notes together. Those melody notes are the chord tones. All right, so now the next section of it is A. Whew, thank God, right? A, good. So we already know our A. E minor. All right, so now we have an E minor. To be quite honest, when I'm coming to the E minor, so E major, I apologize. A to E major. For E major, you can use the form 1 pentatonic or diatonic right here. So you have your A scale where we were. Sorry. Okay, or man, I suck all the time. And then for E major, we're going to use the same thing we did for D, just 2 frets up. Okay, but I'm going to show you something here, and this is going to be kind of cool. That's E major. Anyway, I'll show you something in a couple seconds. You have A, E major. Now we have E minor. In my experiences with studying this song, I'm going to show you something. This here in the E major, that note is the major third. It's what makes it major. There's your minor third. And if you watch this, it goes from A to E major to E minor. All right. So how do we get that note in there? Well, to be fair and honest, I'll show you this. And this is, I told you, there's a lot to do. I hope you're following so far. All right. As again, probably you're a Fish fan if you're watching this, so follow along. E minor is the same as G major. And if you look at that G major scale we had, G major and E minor are the same exact scale, except there's your root note. There's your E. It's in this G. So it's the same scale for G major. Again, I'm going to put this in the chart. But that's the most important note, because that's the minor third of E. And Trey likes to go from the E major to the minor third. And then we're going to end up back in the D on that form 1 that we already discovered. So let's get this all tightened up. I'm just showing you the ingredients really fast because, again, I talk fast so you can pause, you rewind, all this fun stuff. Here we go. The sequence, the first sequence, A, C, G, D. A major scale to a C major scale. I'm going to play backwards from the root note on the 8th fret. You got to practice your scales backwards too, right? Then to a G, which is the same thing as the A shape, but right here in the 10th fret. Okay, then to a D, and we're going to stay right there. We use the form 1 diatonic or pentatonic. There are chord tones within all these scales, okay? They will be on the chart below, if you like it. So the first half, A, C, G, D. Second half is A to E major, form 1, to E minor, which is that G shape, but you want to hit that note. And then back to the D. So here is a little bit of sample and jar. Hope it sounds good. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, so that was simple, but the thing is he doesn't stay there. All right, so here's the bonus. This is the bonus. Hear me out. It's not about the key. If we're wondering about the key, it shares 2 keys. It's predominantly in the key of G. There's a 1, 4, 5, 6 in the G, and there's a 1, 4, 5, 6 in the D, so I'm going to have to go with the key of G, just to let you know. But anyway, that doesn't matter. You're playing the changes. You're playing the A major scale with the A chord, the C major scale with the C major chord, the G major scale with the G major chord, the D major scale with the D major chord, the A major scale with the A, the E major scale with the E minor scale with the E minor, and the D with the D. That's how simple it really is. Bonus is the chart below is going to have where we just did it, but it's also going to have it everything up here, which is where Trey kind of, the whole solo, he's everywhere, but really, he's here, and he's here, he's here, he's here, back and forth. So you'll have all those scales here as well, if you need them. And there's the premise. You know what to do, right? You just find those chord tones in the scale and hit it and go. But the very famous ending, I suck at this ending, but when you're done soloing and you want to cue the rest of the band to, hey, we're ending, really simple. We're going to go up the A, A major pentatonic is the 5th fret. Hello, volume. 5th fret, form 1 pentatonic. Good old country move. You're going to put your pinky on the, let's see, the 17th fret right there, and your ring finger is going to go on the 16th fret, and you're in this, like, form 1 pentatonic. But you're playing these 2 notes, 16th fret of the G, 17th fret of the B, and you're going to bend up with just your ring finger, keep your pinky still. Okay? That's an A major pentatonic. Then we're going to go to a C major pentatonic, which is down here on the 5th fret. There's my C major. Same thing. Right? Then we need a G major pentatonic. I'm going to travel back up to the 12th fret with that first finger. Here's your pinky on the 15th fret. Same move. And then we need a D major. So we're going to go down to that D major one that we did, which is on the 7th fret with the first finger, 10th fret pinky. So you have that very famous ending. Then we change. Now we need an A major, right? So we go back to A major. E major, we're going to end up on that 9th fret here and 12th fret here. And we're going to do here, E major. And then if you listen, this is how he ends it. He goes down to here. and then, okay, he doesn't do anything for the E minor. He goes. So you have. And then you cue the ending. That, right as I was ending it, my computer stopped. I hate this. All right, so you do that part, okay, and then you end on the D. All right. Gosh, I can't. I had a flawless. God darn it. Okay. Okay, and then you do D, ba 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 ba. Then you end with the A. All right. Listen. I hope it all made sense. Man, I had 20 seconds left. All right. So. Listen, the chart below is going to help you. It's going to have it in two places. It's not about the key. This is a song written that shares a lot of key notes. So what you got to do is you got to play with the changes. You got to move those chords with the scale. Sorry, move the scales with the chords. I hope this all made sense. I know I'm talking fast. I'm very passionate about this. Hope you all enjoyed. And if you're going to record your own looping backing track, I'll put one up for you. Actually, I'll put one up. Makes sense, but I'll slow it down. I'm going to slow it down. All right, because you got to practice, moving fast. You can't do it when it's all moving so fast. All right, rock and roll. More videos to make. Bye.